Samsung has announced that its first big Galaxy phone of the year will arrive on February 11th. Here's everything we know about it. So normally Samsung announces its new Galaxy S phone in February or March. This year it's early February, a little bit earlier than last year. And rumors are suggesting that the name might change. We expect it to be the S11, as it's been S10, S9, S8, and so on. But on Twitter, a well-known leakster named Ice Universe teased the S20 name a couple of weeks ago. And that's kind of picked up speed in some case makers have picked that up, and some other sources have said that the new name of the phone will be the Galaxy S20. Now, that might seem like a big jump from 10 to 20, but it would really give Samsung a way to kind of reboot its Galaxy S line, not unlike what Apple did a couple of years ago with the iPhone X. Otherwise, the Galaxy S20 or 11 is going to be a lot of what we expect. We have the Snapdragon 865 chip, which is Qualcomm's latest processor, and it also brings a 5G modem. Now, Qualcomm is tying the 5G modem with the 865 chip, so we pretty much know that all three phones in this line will have 5G, unlike last year where Samsung reserved it for that top-end model. Now, one thing that the Galaxy S line won't have is a headphone jack. Now, Samsung set itself apart from Apple and Google over the last couple of generations with a headphone jack on the S10 and the S9, but that's probably almost 100% going away. Now, Samsung got rid of it last year with the Note 10 and also the Galaxy Fold, and it's looking like that's going to continue to this year's S model as well. So, sorry headphone jack lovers. So it's looking like Samsung's going to have three models of the new Galaxy S line again this year, like it introduced last year with the S10e. It'll start with the S11 or S20, whatever it calls it, at the bottom, then the Plus, and at the top an Ultra model. And the sizes are pretty significantly bigger. We're starting at the bottom with 6.2 inches, then going up to 6.7, and at the top 6.9, which is just crazy. The Note 10 Plus, for example, which was one of the biggest phones of the year and just hit my max for what I can carry, was 6.8 inches. So that Ultra phone this year is going to be even bigger than that. Those name and size rumors, those come from Ice Universe again on Twitter. But here's a rumor from Sam Mobile, which is a Samsung dedicated site that usually nails its predictions. The new Galaxy S phone will have a 120 Hz screen. Now, we've seen these higher refresh screens before, the Razer phone, the Pixel 4, the OnePlus 7, but this will be the first time Samsung brings its high refresh display technology to its own phone, and that's a big deal. So the S11, while the processor might not be that much faster than the S10, things are going to feel way snappier thanks to this higher refresh screen. Things like scrolling and just the way we use our phone every day is going to be way better, if this rumor is true. Now, rumors say that the new Galaxy S phone will start at 4,500 milliamp hours and go up from there, topping off or maybe even higher than 5,000 milliamp hours, which is really big and should make the phone last for quite a long time. Now, that tells me that Samsung has developed some kind of safety mechanism, some different one that makes sure that these things won't blow up. And I'm hoping that it also uses USB-C power delivery, so it's compatible with all those cheaper fast chargers from Aukey and Anker and things like that. And that brings us to the most important feature of the new Galaxy S phone, the camera. Of course, it's going to be better than the S10 as it always is, but it looks like this year Samsung is really kind of amping up its camera work. First and foremost, it's going to be adopting a new array, similar to what we saw on the Pixel 4 and the iPhone 11. That means that Samsung is getting away from the horizontal or vertical array that we've seen on its prior phones and going to that square camera bump in the top left corner of the phone. We already see this on the Galaxy S10 Lite and the Note 10 Lite that launched earlier this month, and it has its benefits. Among them is the addition of a fifth camera lens. We saw 4 on the S10, and that's probably going to be in the Ultra model and maybe the Plus based on rumors. Amongst those 5 lenses, we're going to have a time-of-flight camera, a 5x zoom, and, get ready for this, 108 megapixel main camera, which is just bonkers, and in my opinion, completely unnecessary. Now, amongst these changes to the camera hardware, I'm hoping Samsung brings some changes to its processing as well. We've seen Samsung phones lose ground to Google and Apple when it comes to night photography and portraits and just overall quality of the final image. Now, 108 megapixels might be great for marketing, but at the end of the day, the sensor is only as good as the processing that's behind it. and I'm hoping that Samsung has really focused on that part of the S20's camera. Now, if these rumors all come to pass, the S20, S11 is shaping up to be a monster phone release. We'll have full coverage on our site once we get our hands on it, with hands-on and reviews and tips and tricks and everything else that we could possibly write about this phone, but we want to know what you think. Are you excited for the S20? Do we not care about them anymore? Is Samsung releasing too many phones? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.